Okay, let's do 2.3, number 21. That was one of the problems I assigned that people had trouble with. So there's a couple ways to do this. I'm going to do it both ways. First of all, we know that, like I said in class, one way to kind of remember formulas is do something you know. We've got miles per hour and distance and time. So if you go 60 miles per hour for 2 hours, you get 120 miles. So this is the speed, this is the time, and this is a distance. So distance divided by speed is time, or distance divided by time is speed, or speed times time is distance. So we got this formula. Now, they asked for what distance did she travel at 20 miles per hour, and the whole trip was 70 miles, and 4.5 hours. So I'm going to do it first with time. So they asked for the distance that she traveled at 20. So I'm just going to call that the D. And if she traveled at 20 miles per hour, that distance divided by the speed divided by 20 is the time going 20. So that's the time going 20. And how much time did she spend going faster? Well, the total distance was 70. And if the distance she went at 20 is D, the rest of it, 70 minus the distance that she's already gone, going 20, would be 70 minus that distance would be how much distance is left to go at 12. And that should equal, this is the time at 12 miles per hour, and that should equal 4.5. Now 12 and 20 both go into 60, so I'm going to multiply everything by 60 by the common denominator. 20 goes into 60, 3. So I get 3D plus 12 goes into 65, so I get 350 minus 5D equals 60 times 4.5. 60 times 4 is 240, and half of 60 is 30, so that's 270. So then if I subtract 350 from both sides, I get 3D minus 5D minus 2D equals minus 80. So D dividing by minus 2 is 40 miles that she went at 20 miles per hour. And then 30 miles, 70 minus 40 is how far she went at the other speed. Now let's do it differently here. Let's just do the speed, 20 miles per hour, for some amount of time. So I'll just say times t for the amount of time she spent at 20. And that would be the distance going at 20 plus. Now she went at 15, so the speed, at 12. So I'm going to do 12 times how much time did she spend doing that? Well, the rest of the time. So if she used t up so far, what's left is 4.5 minus t. And that would be the distance there. The distance there had to be 70. So this should also work. This will give us the time, not what she asked for, so we're going to have to figure that out yet. So this is 20t plus 4 times 12 is 48, and half is 6, so that's 54 minus 12t equals 70. So if I subtract 54 from both sides, I get 16. 20 minus 12 is 8t. Divide by 8, and I get the time spent going 20 is 2 hours. So if it was going for 2 hours at 20 miles an hour, it would have gone 40 miles. So 2 times 20 gets the 40 miles. So that's two different ways to approach that problem. Kind of the main idea is, though, we have to talk about, splitting 70 up into some distance and 70 minus that distance, or we take the 4.5 and do some time and 4.5 minus the time. Okay, and now 32. Solve for the variable. So we're supposed to solve for w. Get w by itself. So we have to get rid of the added part first. So it would be p minus 2l is 2w. And then that's times 2, so we divide by 2. We have to divide all of this by 2. So we get p minus 2l divided by 2 is minus l equals, and these cancel, and we get w. Now, let's interpret that. It's saying if you take half of the perimeter, now if you're talking about a rectangle, and you have length and width, and the perimeter's all the way around, so the perimeter is 2 lengths and 2 w's, then a width is, here's the width, if you take half of the perimeter, if you only go halfway around, and then take away L, you get W. So that's an interpretation of what this is saying. Okay,